Welcome to Zlearn. Today, let's discuss one of the common use case which causes a significant problem for companies, which is RAG AI chatbot scenario. So this is called as the general purpose LLM trap. Basically, when user gives a input to any chatbots used in their product website, instead of asking the product specific question, if user asks general purpose questions like write me a code for a snake game or write me some script, the chatbot, if it answers directly to the general purpose questions, it will incur high API costs for the companies. And it is not useful for the company to get the returns from those questions. Basically, instead of using ChatGPT, the user might use those chatbots as their primary AI application. So in order to prevent that, we need to put some guardrails. So let's discuss those guardrails in detail here. The first guardrail would be user input, to restrict the user inputs to some character limits. Basically, in the UI, you can just limit the character to maybe say 250 characters. So just go to HTML, select one attribute, max length as 250, and you can just put a placeholder like ask a question about our product, so that you are directing the user to ask product specific questions to the user. Also, you are restricting the max length of that field to 250, so that user doesn't paste a long list of prompts or long list of queries, so that you don't have the prompt jailbreak happening. So the next step is fast router. So fast router is, you can do this in two ways. One is using a tiny LLM. Instead of incurring high cost of the APIs in the actual RAG system, you just use a small tiny LLM model which doesn't cost you much, and you classify if it is a product related topic or off topic. Also, you can use another method called a semantic router. Here is the implementation, how it is implemented in Python. If you need this exact code base, please let me know in the comments. I will share the documentation for that. So where we import route and route layer from semantic router library and then use it in the code to get that done, that routing done. So basically, you will ask either a tiny LLM or a semantic router to classify the input from the user, and then gives the then classify it if it is product related or off topic. If it is product related, then we use vector DB search to map those to actual product documentation here, and then make similarity check. So if you want to see the implementation, you do a vector DB search and use the user query and use top k is equals to 1, and you fetch the similarity score for the user query and what the document has, the document nearest possible answer what the document has. And if you check the similarity score, if the similarity score is less than 0.75, then you again say this is off topic, and you block the user saying I couldn't find anything in a doc related to your query, and hence they don't come back and search general purpose questions. So if you see this is general standard RAG step where user text is converted into embedding numbers, and then a search in the vector DB and a similarity score is drawn. Based on the similarity score, we fetch the answers to the query. But here we specifically restrict to the similarity score. If it is less than 0.75, we don't give any answer. We just say we couldn't find anything in our document. If it is more than that, we will give the relevant answers to the user. So if it is more than the similarity, if the similarity score is more than 0.75, then we go to main LLM, and we again have a prompt in the main LLM saying, main LLM is the costly LLM which we want for very high focused answers to user questions. In that specific LLM, we have a strict prompt saying, again do a classification if it is product based or if it is off topic. If it is off topic and it fails our policy, you just again say we couldn't fetch the answer because it is not related to our product. If it is relevant, then you give the correct proper answer using the RAG technique. So at the end, you will get the final safe response from the system, where if the user asks for a Python query instead of asking for the food related question, you just say, if it is Python related, you say your query is not specific to the product that we are selling or service we are selling. But if they ask related to food, if they ask for a burrito, you just say this is the burrito related answer, this costs this much, this is the ingredient we are using. So something like that. So basically, we are restricting the RAG system to use specific RAG-based answers of the product instead of answering all general questions. If that is clear, please let me know in the comments. If you like the video, please subscribe to the channel. Thank you.